The government has introduced two new seasonal work visas, the Global Workforce Seasonal Visa, GWSV, and the Peak Seasonal Visa, PSV, effective from December 8. These visas aim to address workforce shortages during peak seasons in industries such as agriculture, horticulture, tourism, food processing, and replace the interim specific purpose work visa. Now, the GWSV lets experienced seasonal workers stay up to 3 years with at least 3 months back in their home country each year. The PSV covers short-term roles of up to 7 months, and also they must go home, like the other visa. Immigration Minister Erica Stanford emphasised that these visas would make it easier for employers to retain experienced seasonal workers across multiple seasons, ensuring a reliable workforce during critical periods. Rachel Simpson is the Manager for Education, Skills and Immigration at Business New Zealand, and she joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Leah.
Rachel, thank you for being here. What was wrong with the specific purpose work visa? I mean, that's what's being replaced here, correct?
Well, yeah, so what these two visas do is just make it really clear, both for the employers and for the people coming here, around how long they can stay and what the expectations are. So we're really supportive of it because, these are things like ski instructors that are coming off the fields in Canada to come and work in our ski fields. So it means they don't have to get a new visa every year. So it saves compliance costs for the employer and for the people coming. And for businesses, it means that they can plan and know that they're going to be able to get a reliable workforce at those peak times.
So how important are seasonal workers for Kiwi businesses? Could they not function without them?
They are critically important because a lot of our economy is dependent on the weather. So whether you're talking about agriculture and horticulture, where our products need to be picked within a very narrow time period and to be able to get that to market quickly, because what we're doing here is exporting premium products. So until somebody can find a way to control the weather, then we're always going to have a need for a workforce that can flex up at the right time.
Which industries, I mean, you've mentioned skiing and also horticulture. What other industries do you think will benefit the most from these visas?
Yeah, so the visas have got a list of occupations attached to them. So everybody can go in and look themselves. So it's things like mussel and oyster farm processors. There's dairy in there. There's things like ski instructors for the tourism. But the thing that all of the occupations have got in common is that they have a short window of peak season where they need to flex up the workforce to be able to meet that demand. And if businesses know that they can get the skills that they need at those times, then that's going to be good for them in terms of feeling confident about being able to grow their businesses.
Do you have any idea, or do we have stats of where the countries that the people come from? Is it mostly the islands? You mentioned like skiing in Canada, but I don't think they all come from Canada.
No, but I'll just note that this is a complement to the RSE scheme, which is a lot of Pacific Islanders come in for the horticulture sector through that. So it's not intended to replace that, but supplement it in terms of recognising that we have these other industries that have seasonal peaks in demand. But that's something that we'd expect the department to be monitoring quite closely. But a lot of that is anecdotal at the moment because it is a new visa.
Right. So we don't really know. I mean, the government must have an idea of where the majority are going to come from, because I saw on the list of what they need to fill, it says English is not a requirement. So we're expecting a lot of people from non-English speaking countries, I gather.
So because this is the way that things have been kind of operating already through that interim specific purpose visa, but we have specific purpose visas that cover quite a wide role. So this is very narrowly limited to these occupations and these industries. And like I said, everybody can go in and have a look at what those roles are. And there will be some monitoring over the long term in terms of where that's happening. But because this is happening already through these other mechanisms, what this policy does is just make it far tidier and much clearer and set really clear expectations, right? This is not This is not a visa with a residency to pathway or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
purely just to kind of meet the needs of the market in terms of how it's operating now.
What about local workers, Rach? Will these new rules disadvantage them in any way?
Well, hopefully this will give businesses confidence to be able to grow and create more jobs for local workers.
Right.
So this isn't about kind of displacing people, but the reality is, if you use the ski instructors as an example, you can't really upskill somebody to become a talented ski instructor in 3 weeks. So, being able to support world-class tourism experiences, products, our export markets, with that seasonal workforce, means that businesses can grow in other ways, and also that those Kiwi workers are getting the jobs that are longer term and permanent, that support the businesses all year round.
And I know many industries are happy with this, fed farmers being one of them, tourism industry, yes, but I see the Restaurant Association is concerned about workforce shortages. They say after many of their jobs were left off the list of new visas. Are you aware of this?